Assalamu alaikum. In this video we'll move further and we will spawn the weapons. So if you go to auto spawn, you can see that we are actually making some character spawn points, and then we can spawn in on the start function. Okay, spawning these players. So here we will just create a variable and for the weapons, and let's see how we can actually instantiate that weapons. So what we can do is we can create public game object, and we will set array, and we can name it weapons. Okay, and then we can create another game object with the name of public transform, and we can name it weapon spawn points. Okay, one more thing we need here is a public float, and we will name it weapon respawn time. Okay, and we can initially set it to 10. Definitely you later on. So after 10 seconds we want to respawn it again. Okay, and now we want to create a function over here. So what we can do, we can create a function, and I'll just go here. So this script is a little bit bigger, so we will just create a public void spawn weapon start, and then in this function we will say that for int I equal to 0, and then I is less than weapons dot length then I plus plus, and then we will say that Photon Network dot instantiate, and then we want to instantiate the weapons. Definitely I dot name, and then we will just say weapons spawn points, and I dot position comma weapon spawn points I dot rotation, something like this. Okay, so now we have a function here. That function is actually the spawn function, and now what we can do, we can actually move to the weapon changer script, and inside the weapon changer script you can see that we have the weapon number, and here we will just create another game object just for the testing purpose, and we will just say test for weapons, and then we will just create a function, and inside, after this else statement, we can actually add the test for weapons equal to game object dot find, and that can be the weapon one pickup, sorry, in our case we have the spawn weapon 1, and when it will be cloned, then definitely it will be clone written like this. And then we will say that if test for weapons is equal to null, then we will create a variable spawn and we can actually make it equal to game object dot script, because this is the name of our game object, actually spawn character object, this is the name. Okay, and then we have the auto spawn on this, so just select this script in the hierarchy, and then we will find out the component on that. So we'll just say spawner dot get component, and then we will just select the auto spawn from that, and then we will just get the spawn weapons start. So why we are doing this? Because we don't want to instantiate the weapons for all players. So if we do that, then there are a lot of weapons for each player. There are 4 weapons, so we don't want it. We want to spawn that for only first player, so that's why we are doing this in this specific code. So now let's select this spawn weapon, spawn characters, and here you can see we have the weapons and we have the weapons spawn point. Weapon spawn time is also there. So for the weapons we should add the weapons. So here you can see resources, so I will just add the first weapon, then second weapon, then third weapon, then fourth weapon, like this. And definitely you can do it accordingly. If you want to instantiate first weapon on the spawn point 1, you can do that as well. Okay, on the spawn point 2 or like that. And for example, if you create a lot of other spawn points, so for example I will just create one more spawn point. So I will just select this and Control D, and here we have this new spawn point 5. Okay, and on this spawn point we want actually instantiate the on the 5 section we want to instantiate the third weapon. Okay, so we will just drag out this third weapon in the last. So now for the spawn weapon 5th, the weapon 3 will be point 5th weapon 3 will be spawned, hopefully. So let's go to the lobby and let's play the game. And yeah, we are actually spawned, and let's see whether we have the weapons or not. So you can see that weapon is there. Yeah, that's great. Spawned successfully, and weapon 2 is also there, weapon 3 is also there. So yeah, I think that's great. I think we have spawned the 1, 2 and 3 weapon, and yeah, 4th weapon is here, and 5 weapon is here. Okay, so yeah, that's great, accurate. And now we want to add the rotation for the weapons. So for the rotation we can add a script for the rotation, so that will be simple hopefully. And we can just say weapon rotate, and then inside this script we will just add a variable public float speed equal to 20. Initially we are using, definitely you can use some better figure if you want. And then we want to rotate it, so transform dot rotate, and we want to rotate it on the y-axis only, so 0 for the x-axis, then speed multiply by our time dot delta time for the y-axis, and then we don't want to rotate it on the z-axis. So now we want to add this weapons, so let's move. And also when we apply the rotation and position, we need to add the that transform view component as well. So first I will just go here and add the script rotate weapon rotate script, and then also transform photon transform view for the weapon 1. Okay, similarly for the weapon 2 we will repeat the thing, photon transform view, and also rotate then weapon rotate script and transform view, and then transform view and weapon rotate script. Okay, so now we can play the game, and hopefully now the weapons will be rotating. I hope so. So yeah, you can see that weapon is rotating now, and yeah, that's great. I think for these prefabs the size of the weapon is a little bit smaller. Definitely we can make it a little bit bigger if we want, but anyhow that looks great. And main scene, I will just select the spawn weapons and I will just move it little bit lower like this, okay, because it's too up. I think maybe like this. So yeah, that's it for this video. Next video we'll move further. Goodbye.